Year-end reviews used to take me hours. This year, I'm letting Claude Code interview me and write the entire thing. I'll show exactly how I did it here. And this is it right here. Turned out fabulous. So if you're like me, year-end reviews are painful. You can't remember what you did in March, writing about yourself feels awkward, and you're never quite sure how to structure it. So I'm trying something new this year. So previously, I've started with what you see on the screen, just a blank page, and I started writing. This year, I'm going to let Claude Code do the heavy lifting, and I'm going to give it my previous reviews and then have it interview me, and we'll see how the whole thing turns out. So let's get started. So if you're not familiar with Claude Code, it's an agent from Claude, and it's a coding agent, and typically I use it in the command line. But it's not just a coding agent, actually. It does a lot of stuff, and that's kind of what I want to show you is how we're going to use it today to interview me. Now there's a friendlier version that you can use if you download Claude Desktop and you just click on Code, you get a friendlier interface. So that's what I'll be using today. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select my blog, and if you don't have a blog, just create a folder, some working area on your desktop, okay? And then what I'm going to do is simply tell it what I'm trying to achieve and how I'm trying to achieve it. And I actually use a dictation tool to use this, and there's a lot out there on the market. Just pick your favorite one and go with it. So this allows me just to use my stream of conscious and talk to it. So what I'm going to do is simply tell it my goal, objective, and then I'll let it walk me through the process. So I'm going to say, hey, so I am actually in the process of doing my year-end review, and I want to see if you can help me with it. So right now we're on my blog, and you can see some of my previous year-end reviews, how I structure them, my voice. Can you review those and then interview me and help me create this year's end of review? And I want to do kind of a preview for 2026, some predictions I have in AI, etc. Okay, so it was actually trying to log into my database to read my old post here because I post my blog with Cloudflare, but I want to show you how it can just go out to the internet and grab your old post. So I'm just going to say, actually, can you browse the internet? So go to johndturner.com and you can view my sitemap and pull all my year-end review posts. You can pull them down locally if you need to. All right, so it's grabbed some of my old posts here, and now it says it kind of has my style and structure, and then it will go through here and start preparing our 2025 review. So let me read it here. So, yep, here it goes here. It's got, so what I want it to do is actually interview me. So I'm going to simply say, I want you to interview me like you would an interviewer, just one question at a time. I think this looks good, the structure, and we'll go from here. All right, so here we go. First question, what was one word or phrase that captures 2025 for you? So I'm not going to go through all of these. I'm going to pause the video, answer all these, and I'll show you the end result here. All right, here, so, and this is where it gets useful. So again, instead of staring at this blank page and writing it out, I just had it interview me, and it asked me 12 questions to help pull out kind of what I wanted to get across here. So now I'm going to go ahead and tell it to create a draft. Okay, so I just read through this, and I actually really like it. It really captured what I was trying to get across. There are a couple of tweaks, and I want to show you how to do that. So the first thing is I want to link to all my previous years. So I'm going to tell that now, and I'll just say, okay, this looks great, but can you link to my previous year's post? So what I'm doing here is I'm telling it to add the links in for me that I want, and then to open it in a browser so I can see it. And I'm just telling it to use a markdown library. Again, if you're using WordPress or something like that, you can say, can you make this to where I can copy and paste it into WordPress, and it'll format it that way for you. So let's go ahead and do this and see what happens here. And then what I'm going to do, I think this is ready to ship. The only thing I need to do is add pictures, and Google Photos actually created a really cool photos recap of my 2025, so I'm going to put that in the post here. But again, I'm going to let this do its thing here, and I'll check back in here with you in a second, and I'll show you how well, I'm going to click allow, and I'll show you how I publish it. All right. All right, so that was quicker than I thought. It actually opened up for me before I stopped the last video. So again, I've read through this. This is great. I asked it to link to my previous post, and it's done it here. All right, so that's it. So again, now I'm just going to publish this. So what I'm going to do now is I'll publish it, and I'll add the video after I publish it. But again, if you're on WordPress, you can, that's another video. I'll show you how to publish to WordPress if you're interested in that. But for now, I'm just going to tell it to publish it, and it should publish it to my blog post, and I'll tell it to open it up for me. All right, so let's do it. So now I'm just going to have it open it for me, and that's it here. So here is my year in review, and I'll go back and add some pictures here, but I think it's pretty cool. And I actually just redid this website too with AI, which is a different video. Anyway, so that's it. So as you can see here, I went from basically a blank screen in the past. It would take me 3 hours here or more just to create this, to I created this in about 20 minutes here. And I love it. It's perfect. It's exactly when I get across here. And you know, I'll continue to iterate on this process, but that's how easy it is to use Claude Code to do other general tasks. So if you like it, like and subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions in the comment.